Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real, impromptu pound cake. I want to show y'all. Normally my pound cake has a 8-ounce cream cheese in it, but today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make one with milk. So you're going to need a cup of milk instead of the 8-ounce cream cheese. This recipe calls for 2 sticks of butter at room temperature, which are already in here, a half a cup of butter flavored Crisco, and you're going to cream together with this 3 cups of white granulated sugar. Always a crowd pleaser. My husband called me at work today and said, our help's going back to Mexico tomorrow. Can you make a pound cake? And I'm like, okay, like how do you say no to that, right? So there's 3 cups of sugar. And I spilled a little. Even as seasoned cooks make messes now and then. You're gonna need 5 eggs as well. We're gonna cream this butter, sugar, and Crisco until it's all creamed together. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be measuring out a couple other things. I'm gonna go ahead and crack my eggs and make sure there's no shells in them. You can do 6 eggs with this if you have smaller eggs, but if you have generally large eggs, 5 will do it. My oven is at 325 degrees. I'm going to measure up 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I happen to have cake flour, so I'm going to use what I've got. I actually accidentally ordered this. I usually only use this for my red velvet cakes, but it's just flour sifted a couple times, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. 3 cups of that all-purpose flour or cake flour. Okay, there's definitely 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Set this to the side. This is creamed nicely, so I'm going to go ahead. Matter of fact, let me do this before I forget it. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side. Now, into this mixture, I'm going to add 1 egg, 1 at a time, and let it mix. Pound cakes do better if you follow the mixing instructions. Last egg. Let me go ahead and get all this batter down into the bowl so that it can all be incorporated. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my flavorings. Now, some people add almonds, some people add vanilla, lemon. I'm gonna add lemon and vanilla, and I'm just gonna use the cap for this lemon. I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of lemon, and I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm gonna use my vanilla bean paste, but you don't have to have that. You can use vanilla extract. I just prefer this for baking. There's one. And that looks about right too. Okay, give this a mix. Now we're gonna alternate the flour, dry mixture, and milk. So I'm gonna put in a little of the flour, about half. And we'll drizzle some milk as it goes back onto low. Give that a minute to really get good and mixed in. And the rest of the vanilla, the dry mixture. And again, we're going to drizzle the milk. Good pound cakes are hard to come by, but when you figure out how to make a good one, it's an art. And people will ask you, oh, you'll be the one to always bring pound cake to the party. Okay, so all my milk's in, my flavorings are in. We'll scrape it down one more time. Now, before I started videoing, I greased my pan, my pound cake pan, generously with butter flavored Crisco. That gives you that crusty, chewy crust kind of. And I'm going to put a little bit of flour on that as well. Okay. That string. There you go. Save a little bit for licking for later. Okay. I'm going to put this into my tube pan. You can smell that lemon and vanilla bean paste. Now the milk in the pound cake gives it a little different texture than the cream cheese. Nevertheless, delicious. Okay. Now, make sure this is seated and even. I'm going to put this into a 325-degree oven for exactly 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's how long my oven takes. So everybody's oven's a little different, so you have to kind of take that into account. Okay. Let me show you the drizzle I'm gonna do. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I got a lemon. For my drizzle, I'm going to zest a lemon. With some powdered sugar. There is nothing like a homemade pound cake in my book. I mean, you can buy them at the store, like at the grocery store. They're not quite the same. Okay, let me grab a knife. And I don't want any seeds in my drizzle. So I'm gonna strain it as I squeeze it. Love the smell of fresh lemon. Okay. So, into that, I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Give it a stir and check the consistency. And this lemon didn't have a whole lot of lemon juice, so I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of water. Like literally just a tiny bit to thin it out. And that consistency is great. It's kind of like Elmer's glue. You can see that. And when that pound cake comes out of the oven and I plate it up, I'm gonna drizzle it with this while it's hot. So it'll run down evenly. Anyway, lemon pound cake with milk instead of cream cheese like I normally do. Give it a try. Pound cakes are the best. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.